So, good afternoon, dear students. Welcome once again. Welcome in this session of video class of chapter 5 for class 5 British rule of India, in which we have read about what are the things that has happened with the coming up of British or East India Company in India. They came over here to trade but finally became rulers, right? These things we have already studied. Once again, have a brief summary of what has happened. So the traders of East India Company reached western coast of India in 1608. The Dutch and French too were already trading, and in 1651 East India Company established their first factory on the banks of river Hooghly and made their first base operations. They made their base operation in Calcutta. So slowly and certainly they expanded their trade, because of which Sirajuddaulah, who was the Nawab of Bengal, asked the company to stop building the fort and pay the revenue. Company did not obey. So as a result, there was a fight. That means there is a battle of Palasi which took place between Sirajuddaulah and the Britisher, in which he was defeated and was assassinated. Then company decided to become Nawab, and on 12 August 1765 Mughal Emperor Shah Alam was forced to appoint the company as Diwan of Bengal. Right. Now, slowly and certainly, sepoys have revolted in 1857. Mangal Pandey was assassinated, he was hanged. So these are the factors by which the revolt of 1857 got speeded up. To oppose the mutiny, Britisher brought more soldiers from England and passed new laws to convict the rebels. In September 1857, again the company recaptured Delhi. Bahadur Shah Jafar was then captured and sentenced to life imprisonment and sent to Rangoon. After effects of the revolt, Governor General was changed to Viceroy, as Britisher have passed on their or passed on their power from East India Company to British Crown, taking the whole and sole control of India. Through this, India came under direct control of British government. British also realized that without the help of locals over there, they can't able to rule smoothly in the country. So many assignments and agreements have been done to take the support of the locals. Now coming on to the question answer, tick the correct answer. In which year did the British East India Company reach the western coast of India? It is very important question, and the answer is 1608. Another question, where did the British East India Company established its first factory in India? So where British East India Company established their first factory? In Bengal, near river Hooghly. Another question, which of the following was done by the Nawab of Bengal during the Battle of Palasi? So what are the things that have been done by the Nawab of Bengal? Four options are there. Answer is all of these, because he has taken officials into custody, locked down the warehouse, and all these options are given. So in order to do all these questions, in order to do tick the right answer, it is all of these, all of the above. All the things have been done by Nawab of Bengal during the Battle of Palasi. Okay. Who was the general of Nana Sahib? So who was the general of Nana Sahib? It was Tatia Tope. So Tatia Tope was the general of Nana Sahib, which we have read. In which year did India come under direct control of British government? So in the year 1858, when the East India Company transferred their power from East India Company to British Crown, right? Now coming on to the question, true or false. You have to write T for true and F for false statements. Many European trading companies came to India in the beginning of 17th century. So yes, many European trading companies came to India in the early 17th century or in the beginning of 17th century. It is true, very true. So many trading companies, Dutch, French, as well as Britisher, came as a trading company to India. And when did they came? They came in the 17th century or early 17th century. The East India Company grew in power by influencing the local traders and rulers. So yes, East India Company grew in power by influencing the local traders and rulers. By influencing, by affecting local traders and rulers, they itself grew in power. So this statement is also very much true. Third question, in the Battle of Plassey, the British brought more military personnel from England and passed new laws to convict rebels. It was not during the Battle of Plassey. The British brought more military personnel from England. Okay, that's why the statement is false. The British lost many battles during the revolt of 1857. Yes, it is true. The Britishers have lost many battles during the revolt of 1857. So the statement is absolutely true, absolutely correct. The British lost many battles during the revolt of 1857. Another question, Birjis Qadar and his mother Begum Hajrat Mahal from Kanpur. Do you think that they are from Kanpur? No, they are from Lucknow. So Birjis Qadar and his mother Begum Hajrat Mahal were from Lucknow, led the revolt, right? So that's why this statement is false, because they were from Lucknow and not from Kanpur. Now match the following. I have already matched. In the front, Sirajuddaulah, he was Nawab of Bengal. Shah Alam II, he was Mughal emperor whom Britisher forced to make Diwan. So they forced Mughal emperor Shah Alam II to made the Britisher Diwan. Robert Clive, he was the British commander under which Britisher have fought the Battle of Plassey, very famous battle. So Sirajuddaulah have fought against the British commander Robert Clive in the very famous Battle of Plassey. Now Mangal Pandey. Mangal Pandey was the sepoy of the Bengal army, as you might be very much aware of. So Mangal Pandey was the sepoy of the Bengal army. Birjis Qadar, revolt leader from Lucknow. So he was a revolt leader, he was a revolter from Lucknow along with his mother Begum Hajrat Mahal. These are the brief recaps, as well as these are match the following questions are there. Now we are going to move on to answer in brief. Look at the questions and answers very carefully. Try to understand these things. First question, how did being the Diwan help the English East India Company? After becoming Diwan, or when the Britisher became Diwan, then what help they got after becoming Diwan? What sort of help they achieved? What sort of help they get? Okay, so how did being the Diwan help the English East India Company? How becoming Diwan help English East India Company? The Diwan have the power to manage and run territories and collect the revenues. So it was the Diwan who has the power to manage and run territories and collect the revenues. This helped the East India Company gain more revenue, and this is the help that the East India Company has got. The help was they get more revenue. They are able to gain more revenue. More revenue has been taken, more revenue has been generated, more revenue has been taken by East India Company. So Diwan, because Diwan has the power to manage and run territories, and they also have the power of collecting the revenues. That's why by collecting of revenues, by collecting more and more revenue, East India Company gain more revenue. So that's why by becoming Diwan, East India Company gain more revenues, because of which they got a lot of help after becoming Diwan. Another question: why did the company want to take control of the Indian territories after the Battle of Plassey? So the question is why? Why did the company want to take control of the Indian territories? Why the company want to take control of the Indian territories after the Battle of Plassey? So the company want to take control of Indian territories after the Battle of Plassey to earn more revenue, to get more tax, to get more duty. Either you will say revenue, or you will say tax, or else you will say duty. All are the synonyms of the same thing, and that is revenue or the tax. Okay, so make it very clear, make it a point that all these three terms, tax, revenue as well as duty, all these are same terms, all these are synonyms of each other. So why the company want to take control of the Indian territories after the Battle of Plassey? After the Battle of Plassey, the company is always looking forward, or they are looking of getting more revenue. They are always looking to gain more and more revenue. That's why in order to earn more revenue, in order to get more revenue, the company wanted to take control of the Indian territories, because at that time there is a rule: if you have a control over the territory, over the area, then you can take the revenue from them. Okay, got it? That's why the company want to take control of Indian territories. They are always looking forward of taking control of Indian territories, Indian areas, Indian state, to get more and more revenue. Okay, another question: which event fueled the revolt of military soldiers at the Meerut in 1857? That means, what was the event, or what was that incident that fueled the revolt? Refueled means, yes, speeden up, fasten. The revolt of military soldiers at Meerut in 1857. Because of what factor the revolt became more speeder? The revolt became more influensive, became more effective. Okay, what was the factor? So it was the execution of the Mangal Pandey. So because Mangal Pandey was executed, he was hanged by Britisher. This event, this occurrence, this happening fueled the revolt of military soldiers at Meerut in 1857. Because Mangal Pandey was executed by the Britishers, that's why the Meerut soldiers came for revolt. They started making the revolt. They marched from Meerut to Delhi to take support of Bahadur Shah Zafar. Under the leadership of Bahadur Shah Zafar, they fought also. You might have remembered. We have discussed in the notes, right? So The execution of the Mangal Pandey has fueled the revolt of military soldiers at Meerut in 1857. This event led fueling up the revolt of 1857. Now answer in detail. You have to answer in detail. Write a note or short note on the important milestones in the growth of East India Company in India. How there was a growth of East India Company in India? They came as a trader, right? After doing the trade, how they became powerful, they grew up in power, and slowly and certainly they started taking control of India, and how they started ruling, that we uh, try to write in short. So first of all, important milestones in the growth of East India Company. In 1608 they came to India, right, in western coast for doing the trade. As traders they came. After that, in 1651, East India Company established its first factory on banks of river Hooghly in Bengal. Yes, this was a major event. So in 1651, East India Company established its first factory on the banks of river Hooghly in Bengal and slowly expanded its trade in Bengal. Sirajuddaulah, who was the Nawab of Bengal, he was defeated and assassinated in the Battle of Palasi in 1757. So this was also a milestone in the growth of East India Company. They were not fighting with anyone. They fought against Sirajuddaulah in the very famous Battle of Palasi, in which the Britishers were victorious. So this was Britisher first victory in the history, right? So Britisher fought against Sirajuddaulah and he was killed, defeated in that very famous battle. Moreover, East India Company was appointed as Diwan of Bengal in 1765 after defeating Sirajuddaulah. They looking the Britishers started looking forward of becoming Diwan, and by pressurizing Shah Alam, the Mughal emperor, they were appointed, they were being made the Diwan of Bengal in 1765. Then company annexed or won many Indian states. By 1857, about 63% Indian territories were under the control of East India Company. See, by 1857 only 63%, more than half of the Indian territories were under the control of East India Company. And in September 1857, the company recaptured Delhi. Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was captured and sentenced to life imprisonment and sent to Rangoon. This was also a milestone because Britishers were thrown out from Delhi by Bahadur Shah Zafar and his army. Then in September 1857, company recaptured Delhi and Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was captured and sentenced to life imprisonment and sent to Rangoon, which is Burma. And power to rule over India was transferred from East India Company to British Crown in 1858. Yes, by doing this, they became the whole and sole owners of the Indian territories. They captured Indian territories. They have full control. Britishers have full control over the Indian territories. So these are the milestones, some of the milestones. Milestones means steps, how the East India Company grown in India earlier. Another question. Write a note on the events that led to the Battle of Palasi. Very simple question. why the battle of Palasi took place, that you have to write in brief, or you have to give the event that led to the battle of Palasi, why the battle of Palasi took place. So Sirajuddaulah, who was the Nawab of Bengal, asked the company to stop building forts and pay revenue. So he was asked to asked the company to stop building Fort. Sirajuddaulah, who was the Nawab of Bengal at that time, he asked the Britisher, he asked the East India Company to stop building forts and factories and pay the revenue, pay the tax, because they were outsider and they came to India for doing the trade. There is a rule that if any other country, or if any country goes to another country for the trade, they have to pay the tax. So Sirajuddaulah, Nawab of Bengal, asked the company to stop building the fort and pay the revenue. The company did not obey. Because the company did not obey, so he marched with 30,000 soldiers, captured English factory, took officials in custody, shut down the warehouse, blockaded Indian ships. These are the things that have been done by Sirajuddaulah, because he captured English ships, he blockaded English ships, he has shut down the warehouse, he took the officials, British officials in custody, because of which Robert Clive, the commander of British Army, declared war against him in Palasi in 1757, as a result of which Siraj was defeated and was assassinated. He was defeated and was killed, murdered. So, because of this event only, because Sirajuddaulah has marched with 30,000 soldiers and he blockaded the English factory, captured English factory, blockaded the ships of the British company, moreover took all the officials in their custody. That's why this big battle, this very famous battle took place. Another question: how did the British approach to India change after the revolt of 1857? That means after the revolt of 1857, what are the changes being brought by the Britisher? What changes they bring on after the revolt of 1857? Answer is, after the revolt of 1857, company felt that it would be difficult to rule a country by the way it had done before. So they realized that it is very difficult for the Britisher to rule over a country by the way it had done before. That means they will not rule over the country by this manner, by the manner in which they are ruling right now. Whatever the condition, whatever the circumstance is, they have to change the policy. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult for them to rule over country. Either it is India or any other country. So, they realized that it is very difficult to rule a country the way they had done before. So, the power to rule over India was transferred from East India Company to British Crown in 1858. So they took a major decision, and the decision was, they have transferred the power of East India Company. They have transferred the power of East India Company to British Crown in 1858. By this, what has happened? The Governor General, who was the head of the country at that time, they were given the title of Viceroy. So the posts change. Governor General became Viceroy, and because they became representative of Crown, the whole India came under direct control of British government. Very simple thing. By the changing of power from East India Company, by changing up of transferring up of power from East India Company to British Crown, the Indian territory, Indian area or the India come under direct control of British government. British also realized, they also realized that they would need support of the native to rule the country. Native means local people, common people. So without taking the support of native or without taking the support of the local people, it is very difficult to rule the country. So now the strategy of the Britisher changed. They were looking forward of taking the help of whom? Of the local and of the local citizen. So they entered the various agreement with local rulers. So they start doing many agreements with the local rulers. They also realized the importance of respecting diverse traditions and religious practice in India. Because these events took place, that's why Britisher realized that if they want to rule any country, then it is very important for them to respect different traditions and religions which were practiced in India. If Indians have Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and other religions, they have to give importance to these religions. Otherwise, they will also revolt against them and do not allow them to rule smoothly over country. So this was brief. These are all question answers of this chapter. I hope you might have understood all these questions. If you still have doubt, you can ask me whenever a live class is going on. So because this session has got over, I hope everybody might have got understood this chapter very well. Very simple chapter. You should read it twice or thrice. So till the next time, I am going to meet with another chapter, with the new chapter. Have a nice day. Have a wonderful day. Bye.